Hello, I'm doing this video today to demonstrate how you can use a module called XMultiWindow to have a multi-window split screen on your phone. The first thing that we need is Exposed Installer, and I'm going to put the links to everything that we need in the description. So we open up Exposed Installer, and I want to tell you this is what it looks like right here. When you first open it up, this is what you're going to get. And right now we're just going to focus on the modules and the downloads on this page. What we're going to be, of course, looking for is we're going to be looking for the name of the mod, which is XMultiWindow. And when you come in, as you see, everything is in alphabetical order: B, D, F, G, H. So you can just keep scrolling down until you find the X area. And here we have XMultiWindow. Because I have it installed, it's listed here in gold, but if when you first go into the application, it'll be white like the rest of these. It won't have anything because it'll need to be downloaded. And when you click it, it gives you a description of what the mod is supposed to do. And just in case the description is not descriptive enough, it will give you a link to the either the developers page or the XDA developers page that the developer has with the mod and information on the mod in it. The main thing is that it'll have pictures to show you what the mod will look like when you're utilizing it on your devices, on your device, and what it looks like on the screen of your device. So we just click that, and then you can go back. So I hit the back button, and now we're back. If you read it and you decide that the mod is what you want, excuse me, then you can go here into versions and click the version that you want. For me, best practice is just to get the most recent stable version, but they do have experimental and beta versions available for download too when the apps update and they're still in beta or experiment mode. And so you download that, and then once you download, you can click where the download is listed, get this list, and then go into modules. So once you download it, it'll then be a module, and you can go into your list of modules excuse me, and you can select it. So currently it's not activated, and I'm going to select it, and it says changes will become active on reboot. So we know that we have to reboot the phone in order for the XMultiWindow module to work. We also want to go, and there is another download that we need, and that download is called Fix Visibility of Multi Non-Full Screen Activities. It's a helper along with the module, and it's really needed for it says this module patches the system to include this bug fix merged into AOSP. So if you have an AOSP ROM, they say as of January 2014 this fix is already patched into it, so you don't need it. But if you have a non-AOSP ROM, you're going to need this fix as well. So you need to go into downloads, find it. It's called Fix Visibility of Multiple Non-Full Screen Activities. You go to version, there's only one right now, and then you download that as well. And then once you download it, you go to modules, find it within your modules, select it, and then you reboot your device. So I just rebooted my device. Now I need to go into the XMultiWindow app. and set it up. So we're inside of the XMultiWindow app, and this is what it looks like. It's very simple. You can read the instructions. It says first, click the preference item to open the float circle. Then you can click the float circle to open the multi-app chooser, floating folder to switch your app. At last, you just set the float window position and enjoy the split view. Excuse me. It's not the easiest directions. I think they're a little confusing, but we're gonna work with that. So we're gonna go here to sidebar settings. This is the default settings. I just go ahead and leave it. I just go ahead and leave it at that, but I believe that these are the settings in pixels. So it's a sidebar. It's going to be off to the left side of your screen. And so I believe that it's 150 pixels in width from the left side of the bar, but I'm not necessarily sure about that. You go here to sidebar app settings, and this is actually where you add the apps that are going to be set into the sidebar. And once you add those apps in, then you're going to need to restart your phone again in order for the apps to be added to the list. Then you come back into this application and you select Open Sidebar. And once you select that, you swipe to the right, and there is your sidebar. And there are some applications, of course, that will work with it, and there are some that will not. I'm just pretty much going to show you very basically how it works with a couple of applications, and then, if this is something you decide to use, you take it, into your own hands and play with it yourself and see what works on your specific device. So when you select them, they give you the option to do them up or down. And so since this is Chrome and it's a browser, I'm going to go ahead and put it up. And I'm going to have my Nook reader go ahead and go down to the bottom. So my Nook reader just crashed. So see, it was working previously and now it's not working. Let me just see if I go back into the app. Can I add something without excuse me, my throat is dry. Let me see if I go back into the app. Can I add something without rebooting? Because there's an application that I want to add. And then I want to add this one as well. So, yeah, they didn't. I see them listed here. Oh, well, maybe I have to close it out and start the sidebar again. So let's see. Because you may not actually have to restart the phone. That's something that I would like to know before I tell you that you absolutely have to do that. So let's force close the app, and then we have to go back into the app, open the sidebar, and let's see if they appear now. Yes, they do. So the only thing that you have to do is you have to force close the app. You don't have to reboot the whole phone. You just force close the app. Excuse me. And the new apps that you added will be listed there. So we're going to try this again. We're going to add Chrome to the top. We're going to add Google. Oh, I didn't want Google Movies. yeah, so I want the Google Books. And I'm going to tap my book. It's loading. I'm going to go up here to Chrome. Now the thing about this is it is a hit or miss with whether or not your browser can pull up the keyboard. I haven't found it to where I know exactly. And see my pages there turning just fine. I could read the book just fine inside of this app. I haven't found it to where it will, I know exactly how to get the keyboard up. One of the things I thought was if this sidebar was gone. And the way you get the sidebar is the same way it leaves. There should be another way to get rid of this sidebar other than swiping. Alright, so let's see, we got the sidebar gone and the cursor is still there, and no, it didn't leave. So I don't know if the best thing to do would be to and now that was a delay in Google. So you see I'm swiping to get rid of the bar. So I thought I could do maybe voice, but that's not really working either. It comes up for a second and then it goes away. So of course, without being able to use your keyboard, the browser really isn't that much fun. One of the things I thought to do before was to open the browser first and then get the keyboard up like this, and then open the second application on the bottom, and then when I go back to the browser, hopefully it'll work. But nope, it didn't. So you can get the keyboard up when it's up there by itself. You can get it up, but with the other application being there, it doesn't readily come up as easy as you would want it to. So I guess the best thing to do would maybe if you had something that you were reading, you couldn't maybe really web search, or you could pull the pages up before you put the second window up, and then you can just do tabs, and then you can just switch back and forth between the tabs. That could be something that you can do. See, the keyboard comes up just fine. So let's see if we do it the other way, because I'm still doing trial and error too. This is a module I discovered it a few months ago, but I just was able to get enough information to figure out how to get it to work. So let's put the Google Chrome down. And it's not trying to do down for me. But let's see if we do YouTube. Down. Can we get the keyboard up for YouTube? Because I was thinking maybe it works for the low. Yeah. So we have the keyboard up now. And we could possibly get it to work for... so it won't work for Chrome, but it works for YouTube. So that's just some of the glitchy things that happen with it. I still think that it's a very cool concept. Obviously, there's still a lot of bugs. There was another bug I wanted to demonstrate, and it comes when it flips into landscape mode. Um, and so, okay, now it's in landscape mode, and you see YouTube is there and Chrome is there. YouTube just flipped up over top of Chrome. But what it does is, if you look here, um, sometimes it doesn't allow you to scroll through the bar. Sometimes it'll just show you those first 6, and you can't scroll through when it goes into landscape. But of course, like I said, it's still some bugs to it. It's a really great idea. They have it where they're trying to use it for all devices. And so it's still got some glitches, but overall it's a pretty good idea. And if you find the applications that do work with it on your phone, you can just utilize those applications in dual window mode. And hopefully soon they'll do some updates and we'll get a lot more applications that work with it. So I hope that this video helps someone. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.